Brittany from 4232 and Shayna Hepner from 1079 before I started the recording. So don't
Awesome.
feel obliged to have to write that all again. I appreciate it. Alrighty, well, I see that it is 6 p.m. and we do have several participants who joined us this evening, so I want to make sure we're honoring your time. I know that this is a very busy time of year for you all, and so I do appreciate you taking time to join us this evening. For those of you that I have not met before, my name is Emma Miller, and I'm the Director of Product Sales for the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. Starting my, I want to say, third, if not fourth, official fall product program as the Director of Product Sales, and it's always a really fun time of year to be able to work with all of our volunteers. So again, I thank you for joining us. Also on the call this evening is Erin Parker from M2. You're going to get to hear from Erin just a little bit later, but Erin, I did know if you just wanted to say hi to kick things off.
Great. Thanks, Emma. It's great to be with you this evening. Again, my name is Aaron Parker. Work with M2. Been working with the Girl Scout Councils for about 24 years and just really grateful for this time tonight with you. So thank you, Emma.
Awesome. Thanks again for joining us, Erin. I do appreciate it. Before we get started with this evening's training, I do just want to make sure we cover a few housekeeping items. First of all, I have gone ahead and started the recording of this training. I do that so our fellow troop leaders or volunteers who are helping with the fall product program, if they are not able to join us this evening, they have a record of the training with Aaron's help as well. So I'm glad that he's here to join us, and that'll make a helpful resource that will get posted on our website. Because we are recording this, I am going to ask that everybody please remain muted throughout the duration of the training. I will be pausing periodically throughout the training for questions. And so I will make sure that if you want to unmute yourself and ask a question at that time, that's great. Otherwise, I do ask that you use the chat feature if you have that available to you. And if not, again, we'll be pausing for that. So with that, I will go ahead and get started. I do also want to go ahead and Erin, I'm going to make you co-host, and that way you should be able to share your screen and everything when the time comes.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Again, if you're here for the Troop Leader and Coordinator training for the 2024 Fall Product Program, you are in the right place. I'm really excited to explore this year's program with all of you and also answer any questions. Again, just wanted to make sure that we took a moment to thank you for your attendance in this training, as well as for leading your troop or troops, and for volunteering to coordinate the fall product program as well. We would not be able to offer this program to your Girl Scouts without this awesome without you guys here. And so I do really appreciate that you are taking the time to learn about this. And if you have questions, anyone at your local office will be able to assist you. One housekeeping item I did realize I forgot as I took myself off screen. I am doing that so I don't distract myself with my hand gestures and also to save the recording a bit. Please feel free if you have your camera on to leave that on or take it off, whatever you prefer or you're most comfortable with. So this year's program will kick off in just a few days. September 20th will begin the fall product program, and that will run through October 14th. This year, you'll see the theme of embracing possibility. Again, like last year's program, we will share that theme with the upcoming 2025 cookie program. The mascot will be different. This year, the mascot is the Asian elephant, and so Erin will share a little bit about that in just a few slides. But otherwise, we will meet a new mascot for the cookie program, but I am excited to embrace possibility with you and take a look at this program. So taking a look at what's new, we have a vanilla honey roasted pecan item to offer our customers that will be available both online and on the order card for our Girl Scouts. We are going to see a few price changes here. So Adopt a Soldier will move to $8 per donation. Dark chocolate penguins will now be $9 per box. And English butter toffee, whole cashews, and chocolate covered almonds will now be $10 a package. We do have some new online items that both Erin and I will be sharing about. The first is BarkBox is back for this year. I don't know about you, but if you helped with fall product last year, BarkBox was a pretty popular option. So I'm very excited to be able to offer this for our customers again. But this year it's a little bit expanded. So we have some different opportunities for our customers. We also are going to be able to offer personalized products for our customers online. So those will be high quality customizable items like stationery, notepads, and photo frames. We also have a new thank you email opportunity for our Girl Scouts to thank their customers. New shipping method choices for our customers who are shopping for nut or candy items, which we'll take a look at a bit later. And finally, we have a new shipping and handling fee for print magazine orders, which we'll also take a look at in just a few slides. So that thank you email that I referenced is new for our Girl Scouts. It's going to be an item that's right on their dashboard, as you can see in the top photo here to the far right, the supporter thank you button. That will give girls the ability to customize a thank you method or to thank their girls, or excuse me, to thank their customers. And it can be set up right from the dashboard. It is customizable per girl, not per customer. So we do just want to make sure that that is shared, but it's something where a girl can say, thank you for your purchase with the funds. I'm going to do this, or this is my goal, or this is my troop's goal. We also know that if a fall product customer is happy, they're more likely to return and be a potential cookie customer. So this is another way teaching girls good business ethics and covering thanking the customer when they make a purchase. So excited about this opportunity. So before we dive into your responsibilities as the volunteer responsible for the fall product program, I did just want to pause and see if anyone had any questions. I'll check the chat as well as if anyone needed the opportunity to unmute and ask a question. All right, well, I will keep an eye on the chat. We'll keep rolling along and we will pause again for questions. For those of us that have joined, I do want to make sure to remind you, if you haven't already, please feel free to go ahead and put your name and troop number in the chat. We are recording this evening's training, and that lets me have a record of who is able to join us this evening. So let's take a quick responsibilities for our troop coordinators. And so one of the first items of business is to complete a troop level training, which you're completing right now. So congratulations, step one is taken care of. We also ask that you conduct a girl or parent training for your troops or the girls in your troops. That will also be a good time to distribute the program materials to girls and parents. So that includes a permission form. We do want to make sure that each girl who participates has a parent or guardian sign their permission form. As a troop leader, you may also be the one who is responsible for entering troop product orders. So it's really up to the troop, but some leaders will ask, or fall product coordinators will ask their Girl Scouts to enter order card orders on their own dashboard. Other troop volunteers would prefer to enter those themselves for their Girl Scouts and want to collect the order cards. So whichever way works best for you and your troop, that's fine. But you may be the troop volunteer responsible for entering those on M2. And Erin's going to really show you the background of M2 and how really intuitive and easy to use that site is. You'll also help by collecting and depositing money into the troop bank account. And if you are experiencing collecting any money from any of the Girl Scouts from the fall product program, we do ask that you complete what we call the outstanding balance, or OSB form. You'll complete that for each Girl Scout. With that form, you'll include the Girl Scout signed parent permission form, as well as any receipts. So when you pick up product, you'll sign a receipt that the troop leader will keep. And so you'll want to make sure that as a troop leader, you're keeping that signed copy and submitting any of those items to your local service center by December 3rd. We do have some items available for you to help with your training of girls and parents or guardians. So we have a presentation available on our website, and there's also some very helpful items on the M2 Media website as well. Once you get access to that, that will be coming this Friday, September 3rd. Once you're there, there's lots of resources that you can use to share with your parents and guardians of your Girl Scouts. Wanted to pause here really quick and see if there were any questions before we take a look at fall product a bit more and the sale itself here. I'm going to take a look through the chat just to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, we'll keep going. If I can click back in here. So looking at eligibility, as a troop volunteer or a troop in general, you are able to participate as long as your troop does not have an outstanding balance with our council. And the girls in your troop are eligible to participate in the fall product program as long as they do not have an outstanding balance with the council and they've had a signed parent permission form in order to participate. So we do again want to make sure that that parent permission form is collected. That can help save headaches for everyone down the road. If there are any issues, having that signed is going to be very helpful. So looking at troop program eligibility, as long as you owe no outstanding balance to the council, registered all adult members, that's a little bit misleading. What I mean by that is that as the volunteer who's leading the fall product program, you do need to be a registered volunteer. As long as you are a registered volunteer, then your troop is able to go ahead and sell. I don't upload troops into the system if there's not an adult tied to the troop. So we do want to make sure that at least one adult is registered to the troop as a volunteer. We also want to make sure that troops are what we call ACH ready. This means that you've completed an authorization agreement for direct payment form. If you are a returning troop, likely you won't have to worry about filling this out. If you are a returning troop and there are no bank account changes, then you are good to go with that form. If you are a new troop, you will want to make sure to work with your local membership staff member to get that form filled out, and then you'll be good to go. We do know that this time of year is a little bit tricky. We want troops to participate in the fall product program. It's a nice, easy friends and family sale. It's a really nice way for troops to start some profit in their bank account. But it also can be hard sometimes to get all the pieces lined up in time to get the bank account. So we do allow troops to pay by check for the fall product program. And troops who are opting to pay by check will need to make sure to submit their payment by December 4th. The other key feature we want to make sure is that you, as the coordinator or the volunteer in charge of the fall product program for your troop, sign that troop coordinator agreement form. You can either sign and turn that in at your local office or at delivery in early November. Your local service unit coordinator will be there along with GSCI staff members. And so you can bring your signed agreement then and give it to your coordinator at that time as well. I'm going to pause here and make sure that it's not a question. There is a question about where do you get the parent permission form? There is a copy of the parent permission form online for you to download. We also have printed copies in each of our offices that are available for you to swing by and pick those up. Your local service unit coordinator may also have those as well. And so if you don't know who your service unit coordinator is, I do recommend reaching out to your local membership staff member and they can put you in touch with your local coordinator. But again, those forms are available online as well as in your local offices. Any other questions while we're paused? Seeing and hearing none, we'll continue along. So taking a look at what's available, we do offer 16 nut and candy items on our order card. We also offer magazines online. That's a nice, easy way for girls to earn some rewards as well as true profit for themselves by working on online magazines. We also have Adopt a Soldier nut and candy vouchers, so customers and Girl Scouts can give back to local troops as well as troops who are serving abroad and give them a nut or candy treat. And we also have available items for direct ship, which include Bark Box, Tervis, and personalized items. So, speaking of troop profit, for each nut and candy item that your Girl Scouts sell in person or online, your troop will earn $1.25 per item in profit. For each online item, so that includes magazines, bark boxes, Tervis, or personalized products, you'll earn $3 per item in troop profit. So, again, it's a nice, easy way girls can contact their friends and family, and it's a nice, easy way to start adding to your troop bank account. There are also two ways that girls can participate, or I guess technically three. They can participate in person only with the order card. They can do online only through email and social media links, or they can do a little bit of both, whatever works best for them. So, again, Erin's going to walk you through that M2 system, and you're going to see how easy it is for not only you as the troop volunteers, but also for our girls to navigate those systems. We do have a nut and candy order card, again, that has the 16 nut or candy items we're offering this year. That order card is for in person sales. And again, the parent can enter those for their Girl Scout, or you, as the troop volunteer, can enter those order cards into the system. I do recommend that, regardless of who's entering the order card, that you take a picture of it or scan it or copy it or something, just in case that order card gets lost between the close of the sale and delivery. It never hurts to have a copy of those order cards, just to be safe. So here's a little bit bigger again of those items that we're offering this year. Again, here's that new vanilla honey roasted pecan item. But again, the other items then are returning and are favorites from years before. Um, are there additional nut or candy items online, or are they the same this year? There are a few additional items that are online. And when a customer will order those, the order will shift to a direct ship order. If a customer does choose one of those additional items beyond what's on our order card online, then those items will have to be direct shipped. Girls can only deliver online orders that contain the 16 items you see on the screen. Also, a volunteer asked about if more order cards have been delivered. We are working on getting those out and about to our local service centers, so I don't want to promise you that they are there. We do have a downloadable version on our website, but also if you reach out to your membership specialist, they can either let you know when order cards are available or set some aside for you or something, to make sure that they're there. But we are working really hard to get those around there. Fall product items been delivered to the service centers yet? So as far as the paperwork and everything, yes, those are all at the service centers. The other items and things will be delivered once the sale concludes. The deliveries will be in the beginning of November. Any other questions? Okay. So again, our customers who shop online do have two different choices. First, they can choose girl delivery, and so that would mean that they're choosing one of the 16 items from that order card we just saw. And then the Girl Scout will deliver them their product in mid-November. The money is collected online. The order is automatically credited to the girl, so there is no extra work for the parent or you as the troop volunteer. And then all that needs to happen is when you go to troop pickup, that order will be included in the items that you pick up for your troop. We also will offer direct ship again. So if the customer chooses one of those options that are beyond the 16 on our order card, chooses the magazine, Tervis, Bark Box, or personalized product item, or just simply lives too far away, they can choose direct ship. The customer again will pay for that online, and then once that order is processed, those items will be shipped directly to the customer. For those of you that are returning leaders, you may know that when in the past, when a customer would put a chocolate item into their cart, they would automatically be charged a 2-day shipping. And this year, we're excited that there's a little bit of a change with that we'll take a look here in just a couple slides. So here is a girl's dashboard. Once a customer gets an email invitation from a Girl Scout, they can choose magazines or nuts and chocolate. Once they choose nuts and chocolate, they can then choose to save shipping costs and have girl delivery, or the convenience of having direct ship. That magazine site will also include sites for BarkBox and tumblers and things beyond the magazines as well. So as I mentioned before, customers now have the option to choose between standard or 2-day shipping when there is a chocolate item that's been ordered. So as the customer moves to checkout, there will be a pop-up box that will ask them to choose between standard shipping or 2-day shipping. It's a good reminder so that way the customer can consider the region, the weather. We all know sometimes September and October are kind of a toss-up when it comes to the temperature outside. And so if they choose standard shipping, they are made aware that if their items are delivered to them and are melted, they will not be replaced by the company. If a customer does choose to pay more and choose the 2-day shipping, those items will be replaced if they do arrive melted. So not only does the customer choose between standard or 2-day, but then again, there is a pop-up box that says, we strongly recommend 2-day shipping. The customer will either have to accept or close and change their method. So they'll be made well aware of this change. But it is nice for customers who may be a bit more budget conscious or are worried about melted chocolate being delivered. They can choose to pay for standard shipping instead. So again, when a customer chooses a magazine, a BarkBox, a Tervis tumbler, or personalized products, those will also be shipped to them from the company. So all magazine and more items will be shipped directly to them. Those shipping rates will vary based on what the customer has ordered. So magazines actually do have a shipping rate, and I should have updated this slide. But magazines will have a shipping rate, and Erin, will you remind me what it is per magazine?
You bet. You bet. It's $2.95 for the complete order. And
Okay,
so regardless of the number of magazines, there's a $2.95 shipping and handling fee there.
perfect. I actually see I do have a slide for it, but I neglected to upload it or update it on this slide. So I do apologize for that error, folks. BarkBox is also going to be $5 for a single unit, or once a customer orders 2 or more, it's $10 shipping. Tervis tumblers, the first and second tumblers will be $7.99 each. The third tumbler is $3.99, and then it's $1 more for each additional tumbler once a customer hits 4 or more. So it would be $19.97 to ship 3 tumblers or $20.97 to ship 4 tumblers. We did have a question that asked how long is standard shipping? Erin, I don't know if you can speak to how long that is expected to be.
Standard shipping, typically like it goes ground. So for the most part, it's about 3 to 5 days, typically, depending on where it's being shipped from.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So as promised, here is the magazine update. So there will be a $2.95 shipping and handling fee for print magazines. As Erin did mention, that fee is per order, not per title. So if a customer is a repeat customer or a new customer and wants to order 2 or 3 titles, they're only charged $2.95 flat, not for each title. If a customer has already shopped on the site and purchased a tumbler or a BarkBox or something else, then there's a shipping fee related to that item. So the shipping and handling fee would be waived for that magazine. Also, customers can avoid the $2.95 fee by choosing a $10 cart upsell title. So there will be 3 titles presented to the customer in the upsell, like you see on the screen here. Those titles will rotate, so I can't promise that it will always be these 3 that you see on the screen. But that is a way, if a customer is interested, they can choose those issues and waive that $2.95 fee instead. Uh, Customers know to click magazines if they want BarkBox or Tervis. And Amy, I believe Aaron will cover that, but customers will be directed to the proper storefront as they want to go. So if they want to go to BarkBox, they'll be able to get there. So you'll see that a little bit later on in the training. So again, Adopt a Soldier is also a great option for Girl Scouts and their troops to give back to our troops, both serving at home and abroad. So customers can either indicate their $8 donation on the Adopt a Soldier column on the order card, or it's also available online on the platform for Nut and Candy as well as customers are shopping. So it's a great way for Girl Scouts to give back. As a troop, you earn $1.25 for each donation since it is a nut or candy item. If a Girl Scout earns 5 or more donations, she earns the Carrot a Share patch. And then at the end of the program, our council works with Ashton Farms as well as Operation Gratitude to make sure that those nut and candy items are distributed to soldiers. And it's always really nice to see. We've actually had a few soldiers and their families receive these items and or cookies that have been donated. And it's really nice to see the impact that it does make. So that's a great opportunity for our girls as well as our troops. So there is our URL on the screen. It's gsnutsandmags.com/GS Central Illinois. You will get an email on Friday, September 13th. So that's this Friday. If you visit that link right now, you won't be able to access the site. But starting on Friday, once you get your launch email and set up your account, you'll be able to access your Troops M2 site, check your roster, get all the things set up here. And Aaron is going to walk you through that. Then the email to your Girl Scouts and their parent or guardians will launch next week on September 20th. If you launch that parent adult email campaign email that Aaron will talk about here shortly, girls will receive that on September 20th. And then emails will launch throughout the day. Due to the volume of emails, it may be the 21st before some girls get their email. So don't panic if you don't see one right away, but those will begin to launch on the 20th. I do want to also encourage you, as the troop volunteer, that you update or verify your contact information in M2. I know I have used that before to get a hold of troops if I have a question, and your parents and Girl Scouts may use that as well. So to take a little bit more of a look at M2 and things, I do want to go ahead and toss it over to Aaron. Aaron, I'm going to stop sharing my screen in the hopes then that you'll be able to share your screen. While Aaron's getting that sorted out, I do want to go ahead and remind anyone who's joined us that if you haven't already, please go ahead and put your name and troop number in the chat. And then I will be able to keep up with the chat as well as we go through things. And Aaron is sharing his screen. So Aaron, I'm going to mute myself and let you take it away.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Aaron Parker. It's great to be with you this evening to walk through. Specifically, I'm going to spend time on the software and just kind of taking you through the Girl Scouts experience, your experience at the troop level, and kind of some key highlights there. So, of course, the key thing as we launch the year is remembering that the fall product program does reinforce the Girl Scout leadership experience, those 5 skills that girls learn through the program of goal setting, money management, people skills, decision making, business ethics. Those key components are all throughout the fall product program. And certainly you see it throughout the year with all the Girl Scout programs and activities and ways that give back. But we just wanted to kind of keep our eyes on the ball in terms of the focus of these programs. you have a direct impact on that girl's experience for each of the Girl Scouts within your troop. You're creating a learning experience and kind of coming alongside the girls with that experience. You're earning funds as part of this experience as well for all the adventures that you're going to go on over the course of the year as a troop. It also helps you to give back as well to the community in terms of we know that at the troop level you invest heavily in the local communities with a lot of different activities. This helps to fund those different activities and also helps to fund the many different experiences and activities all across the council as well. Best thing that we really like to emphasize right at the beginning of the program is when you introduce this program and talk to your troop about this program is making sure you understand kind of the whys in terms of why are the Girl Scouts, each of them individually, part of the troop this year, and what do they want to do together, and what's the experiences they're looking forward to. Really drawing that out of each of the Girl Scouts, and then coming around kind of a common vision for, hey, this is what we're going to do this year in terms of giving back. These are the things we're going to do with travel or adventures and service, and getting kind of that common focus. And then the fall product program will make a lot more sense in terms of helping to fund and achieve those different activities. One of the things we do every year is we come up with a different theme mascot. Not only is it just, it's fun, it introduces freshness to the program each year, but it's also intentional in terms of our focus on endangered species. This year's no different. We're focused on the Asian elephant. Just some fun facts about this specific animal. It's the largest mammal on the Asian continent, living predominantly in forests. They're up to about 21 feet in length, 12 feet tall, and a hefty 11 up to 11,000 pounds. They're very social. They spend about 2/3 of their day out and about feeding on grass, bananas, rice, and sugarcane. They are endangered, though, as I mentioned earlier, with fewer than 50,000 remaining, and it's largely due to habitat loss and poaching. So we bring this focus because we want to raise awareness. We also know that with the hundreds of thousands of Girl Scouts that participate in this program in the fall, that we've seen in the past when we've done this, whether it's individual Girl Scouts or troops have made an impact on these specific mammals or animals in terms of helping to raise awareness or making impacts. So we raise that bar and put that out there. So of course, you'll see this Asian elephant carried out graphically throughout the program in a variety of different ways. So, of course, there are opportunities for those friends and family supporters to be able to come alongside that Girl Scout individually. I know Emma went through a lot of these products, but the key thing is we got nuts and chocolates, magazines, and more. All these things can be directly shipped to friends and family. And then, of course, you got the nut order card where things can be delivered in person as well with the online Girl Delivered. Let's talk nuts first. Kind of key thing there around the technology front is certainly we got the order card where that Girl Scout can engage friends and family directly. We have online with nuts as well. All friends and family that get sent an email through the girls' dashboard are going to get that invitation to purchase online any one of the 25 different Girl Scout items and then pay for shipping. So everybody's going to get that invitation, be able to choose from all those items. There's some corporate gift items there as well. Only those Girl Scouts, though, that designate certain email addresses for online Girl Delivered are going to get the invitation for online Girl Delivered. Online Girl Delivered nuts are basically the 16 items off the nut order card that Girl Scout's willing to deliver because those friends and family are nearby. Money's going to be collected online, but that Girl Scout's going to deliver that product. So in a little while, when we show about importing all the email addresses and all that, that Girl Scout can designate next to each email which friends and family she wants to offer that online Girl Delivered option to. Otherwise, everybody's just going to get that direct ship option. You can see featured in the bottom right-hand corner what that looks like when they're given the option between Girl Delivered and direct ship if that Girl Scout gave that customer an option. So lots of different possibilities there. We've got a bunch of different storefronts. Each product's got its different storefront. We've got a nut storefront. We've got a magazine. As mentioned earlier, we have personalized products this year. We've got tumblers. For that other member of the family, we've got Bark Box as well. So a variety of different storefronts that friends and family can choose from to support that Girl Scout. We love new things. On the nut side of the equation, we've got the vanilla honey roasted pecans this year, and those are available on the nut order card. They're also available with online Girl Delivered or direct ship. They're honey roasted pecans with vanilla flavoring. They come in a 6-ounce pop top can. They're very good, highly addictive. Of course, as mentioned earlier, there's also tins as well. We've got our third in the series of the Girl Scout tins, the memory box tin. It's got the years, kind of the memories from 80s and 90s. They're great memory box tins, got those mint treasures inside. And then also a great teacher's gift or a gift around kind of the Christmas holidays with the option of milk chocolate pretzels, but then also of deluxe pecan clusters as well. So two different options of products within that specific tin. Lots of magazines, tons of magazines, really easy to renew, whether it's a new magazine or it's not going to expire for 6 months and you just want to order another one and add it onto that existing subscription. Really easy to renew magazines in the program overall. Tons of tumblers, fun new this year. We've also got stainless steel water bottles kind of featured there towards the back as well. So a bunch of those, lots of different collegiate tumblers, sports teams, and then just some fun stainless steel tumblers with fun sayings on them as well. And then we've got our personalized products this year, combination of different items. We've got frames, we've got different notepads, we've got different note cards that can be personalized with names and different sayings and things like that. So lots of different fun combinations there. And of course, BarkBox for our other member of the family. These are limited edition, so there's a set number. Good news is your program's starting in September, so you'll be just fine with inventory. But as things run out, there's not a council allotment, it's a national allotment. There's just a certain number available. As they run out, they'll just not be available on the site anymore. So they'll just kind of disappear. So three different options available there. So how to get started? Primarily, you can start with that nut order card. It's got that featured at the top there. Got 16 different items there. Lots of different possibilities there. And you can go online and there's a flyer included that you'll be getting from your service unit that has the link to the website as well as some other information there featured in the bottom left. That just is an individual girl piece that you can hand out as well. So order card there and then online. So I'm going to pause for just a moment. Emma, is there any questions I can field at all before we kind of go into the girls' dashboard?
Aaron, the chat is quiet right now.
Okay.
I will just keep an eye on the chat and answer as many as I can. And if anything comes up, I will ask that the next time you pause.
All right, sounds great. All right,
Thank you.
so these next images are that of the Girl Scouts experience. So at the troop level, you will not see this, but what I want to do is I want to walk you through what it looks like in that girl's experiences. Certainly, if you're a troop leader that also has a Girl Scout, you're going to be walking through this with a Girl Scout as well. But this is really meant for maybe those troop leaders that don't have a Girl Scout or are not going to be able to see this. So their experience is basically going to be on the first day of the program, that September 20th. They're going to get a launch email. They're going to log into the program. If they get that launch email, there'll be a login and get started. Certainly, we know things get stuck in spam. Sometimes things take longer than we want to wait for. Also, maybe they're not fully registered yet, or that's in process. That's not a problem. That Girl Scout can just go to the website for the M2S software. It's available on the council website. It's available on the flyer. That Girl Scout will be able to go in, set goals, build the avatar, queue up those emails. And if, however, we can't confirm if she's registered, that Girl Scout will get a communication with that family saying, hey, we got to confirm your registration before we send out the emails. So the important thing is the software is not going to stop any Girl Scout from participating and doing all the activities. We're just not going to release the money earning aspect until registration is confirmed. And Emma and the team will be on behind the scenes to be able to work that through really quickly. So that won't be held up long, but we do want to make sure that happens. So once they're in, software is going to ask about that Girl Scouts goals, what she hopes to learn through the program, troop goals, as well as financial goals. That Girl Scout's going to build an avatar. Also, there is the possibility to include an individual video or a troop video because friends and family want to hear about what that Girl Scout's hoping to do as part of the experience. That Girl Scout avatar. I joke this is the part where it takes 15 to 20 minutes because there's so many different possibilities. There's so many different outfits, hairstyles, shoes, and slippers. We've got Asian elephant slippers this year, and we have all the mascots through the years included in there as well. So you can change up your mascot every day, or I should say your avatar every day, however you want to do that. So lots of time spent there. You can also upload an audio file as well. If you would like that Girl Scouts avatar to speak, there's a spotlight that comes on it, and then the lips move and share that Girl Scouts message. to friends and family and supporters, you're able to do that as well if that Girl Scout chooses to do that. Lots of different business tools here. So the main tool, still over 60% of sales come from these emails. So you can upload the whole address booklet, pick and choose who you want to send it to, select those that you want to get girl delivery, and then queue those and send those off. There's also Share My Site. You can use social media, which is Facebook, and X, which is formerly Twitter, as well as you can text. So lots of cool tools there. There's printable business cards towards the middle center there at the bottom. That's got a QR code on it, and that friend or family can scan it and then order, and it'll all track back to that individual Girl Scout. There's also door hangers as well for those friends and family, neighbors they know in the area, featured down there in the right-hand corner. Key thing around all these tools is it's up to that Girl Scout and family to decide which tools they want to use and how they want to participate. So tons of different possibilities here and options, but I just wanted to call those all out for you. Once they're back at the dashboard, that Girl Scouts dashboard, there's things that Girl Scout can do, like send additional emails, use social media, texting. I'll share with you in just a moment about the supporter thank you email that is new this year. That Girl Scouts avatar room with virtual rewards. There's a bunch of different earning opportunities there for virtual rewards. There's also a troop photo. It's one of the most visited areas on the software. It's got a troop photo with all of the girls' avatar from within the troop. It's got your avatar as a volunteer. Funny story is it's one of the most visited because we thought it was because the Girl Scouts wanted to see the other girls' avatars in the troop, and it really wasn't that. They wanted to actually go there for two reasons. One, to see if you as the troop volunteer leader knew how to do it, and it was there. And number two, if it really looked like you or not. So don't be surprised. You should do it. Don't be surprised if you're in a troop meeting and they're like, hey, let's take some time on your avatar because there's some fun things they want to do to it. It's a great, fun, engaging experience. So definitely do your avatar, though, because the girls are going to be on the lookout for it. We also asked the Girl Scout families at the end of the program with the nut order card to enter in the totals off the nut order card within the software so they can do that. All other sales, anything that's paid for online automatically is included in the software. The only thing that's not is that nut order card because that's offline where that Girl Scout's going to engage with friends and family. Just needs to enter those totals off the nut order card into the software so we can make sure to get those products ordered and get that taken care of. Selecting rewards. As a Girl Scout reaches a level, the Girl Scout can select rewards within the software as well and make choices. And there's tons of different sales reports, like a ton. One of my favorite, this one gets emailed at the end of the program, but that Girl Scout can also access that under reports, is what's called the Online Girl Delivered Report. And that shows all the friends and family that ordered online, paid online, and then are expecting the Girl Scout to deliver that product. And so it's got on there the contact information for each of those orders, and then that Girl Scout can reach out to arrange either pickup or delivery of those products. There is a personalized patch as part of the fall product program as well that can feature that Girl Scouts avatar. There's two different backgrounds here. One on the right-hand side is that Girl Scout on the rock with the Asian elephants around her. And then in the middle, it's got the Girl Scout on a boat with the Asian elephant next to her as well. The Girl Scouts can choose between those two different backgrounds. Key thing to qualify for this, the Girl Scout needs to design an avatar, send 18 emails through the M2 site, and then use the Share My Site feature at least once. So that could be posting, or it could be as simple as texting a link to that parent or guardian. It could be as simple as that. But the key thing is they have to use that feature and then sell $350 in total sales. And that could be a combination of the nut order card plus online sales. Once again, there is a crossover patch as well this year. It is the Fall 24 Cookies 25 GSCI patch. It's got the mascot on it. And basically, what needs to be done is qualify for the other avatar patch in the fall. So all the criteria I just talked about. And then during the cookie program in 2025, that Girl Scout needs to sell 400 packages of cookies. Once that's complete, that program is complete with the cookie program, that Girl Scout will get a link, include that parent or guardian address information, and we'll get that sent off to the Girl Scout. It takes about 8 to 12 weeks to get that patch overall once those details are there. On the back of the nut order card, there are a bunch of rewards featured. A couple of the key things I want to call out is upper left-hand corner is a patch combination. In order to earn those patch pieces for the Embrace Possibility patch, that Girl Scout needs to sell 3+ magazines, and it's important to note here, and more items. So it can be magazines, tumblers, personalized products, or the bark box. So any combination of those three, that Girl Scout earns the Embrace Possibility patch. For 15 nut items, that Girl Scout earns the 2024 patch. And then for 18+ emails sent, that Girl Scout earns that elephant patch. So all three of those pieces fit together and are featured there on the bottom nut order card. And then you can also see the combined items. So Girl Scouts qualify based off from the total number of items they sell. So all the nut items plus all the other items sold online qualifies Girl Scouts for each of these levels. They are cumulative. So as a Girl Scout reaches a level, she qualifies for that level. She reaches the next level, she qualifies for that one as well. And you can see there's a number of different levels where that Girl Scout can choose, make choices between different items there, or Nutty Bucks or travel dough. So that's really why it's really important within the software to make selections. And again, it can be different at each level. So maybe at the 105 level, that Girl Scout really wants that large elephant, but once they reach 150, they really want that travel dough. So they can make combination. They can choose rewards. They can choose the Nutty Bucks, or they can choose the travel dough at each of those different levels, depending on their preferences there. All right, we got. Then we're going to walk through the volunteer experience, your experience with the software. All right, I'm moving right along then. So that was that Girl Scouts experience. Now I'm going to walk through the volunteer level experience, or your experience when you log into the software. Yes, we do have adult avatars, as you can see there, so lots of different possibilities. You're going to get that launch email on September 13th. As Emma had mentioned, you're going to get an invitation to log into the software, set up your password. One of the first things that's asked of you is to watch a 10-minute training video. I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs of the software tonight. I'm just going to give you a very high level overview, because I know in a couple weeks you'll have forgotten about all, or actually in a few days even, you'll have forgotten about all the details of the software. What we want is you'll log in, you'll get those details within the software, and you'll log right in and be good to go. One of the first things we ask you to do is what's queued up, what's called the parent adult email campaign, and I'll share that in just a moment. And then again, remember to build that avatar, because it's really important. Those Girl Scouts will be on the lookout for it. So that parent adult email campaign, what you'll find, and the software training will highlight this as well. What you'll do is you'll log in and you'll see all the Girl Scouts that are registered that have been imported into the software. You'll see the first and last names, email addresses. For those that are in there, if the email address isn't the one they use for Girl Scouting, just go ahead and update that. If you're missing any Girl Scouts, go ahead and add them in here, because what this is an invitation from you as a troop volunteer to the Girl Scout families. Because what we know is that the generic email that goes out from M2 doesn't get a really high open rate. But if there's an email that's queued up by you within the software that the Girl Scout family receives, there's a really, really high open rate. Of course, it doesn't guarantee they're going to read it, but it does guarantee that there's a much higher open rate in terms of responses. So key thing here, before the start of the program on the 20th, once you log in on the 13th, make sure all the email addresses and Girl Scouts are in there. Certainly, all of them will be able to participate. Before those emails go out, as I mentioned before, there will be a membership registration check on the back end. And once that's taken care of, if it's not in the system for some reason, we'll launch them and they'll be good to go. All right, so let's take a moment to look at your troop dashboard. A few features I want to call out. Along the top, you'll see your sales information for all the Girl Scouts within your troop. And you'll be able to have year-over-year stats to look at if you participated last year. If you have one or more troops, you can toggle between multiple troops as well within the software. There's a messaging feature where you can message to your Girl Scouts the start of the program, key updates during the middle, and then summary stuff at the very end. You can manage that nut order card entry as well. So we do ask the Girl Scout families to enter in those totals off the nut order card at the end of the program, but certainly there's edits that sometimes have to be made. Sometimes the Girl Scout families don't get it in on time, and so you have the ability to make edits to the software as well. You can also select rewards, and there's times when those Girl Scouts maybe don't select a specific level or item, and so you have the ability to do that. Lots of different sales reports within the software that you have access to. And then you're also able to see kind of banking and payment details as well in terms of the balance due, when things are ACH and all that kind of stuff as well. So a lot of different items to see there financially as well. You do have the ability to earn an avatar patch as well. Key things around that is you have to design your avatar, of course. You have to initiate the parent adult email campaign. That's that email that where you go through and look and make sure all the email addresses for the Girl Scout families within your troop are there and queue that up at the beginning. And then reach $1,900 in total sales. And that's a combination of net order card plus any online sales. So let me go ahead and walk through some of the important dates. The program begins on September 20th. That runs through the 14th, where in-person order taking, girl delivered ends on the 14th, as well as all the online shipments. The 16th is the last date for those troops to make edits and things like that. The 14th is when those parents are going to finish that up. And then service units will have a day in there to make edits. And then delivery of those nut candy and chocolate items to the service units will be November 4th through the 8th. So that's when the service units will get those, and they will coordinate with you when to pick up products for your troop. All right, so let's talk through that pickup, that troop pickup, that Girl Scout pickup of nuts, candies, and chocolates. One of the things that you have the ability to do is print delivery tickets. So one of the things service units will likely have for you is a delivery ticket printed for your troop with all the quantities sorted out for you to sign and all that good kind of stuff. If you want to log in, you can pull that exact same delivery ticket for your troop ahead of your pickup. And so you're able to do that. If you want to see some of the key financials in terms of sales, troop proceeds, amount due to council, you're able to include that on the delivery ticket as well. It's an opt-in. You can also, if you want to email these, download a PDF, a lot of different formats you can get this in, so you have that ability. And you can also run these by each of the Girl Scouts within your troop that participated as well. So if you want to run, once you get the product, if you want to run one of these for each of the Girl Scouts, you can sort out the product. And then there's signature lines on it. So if you want to get a signature, take a picture, or just keep a copy, however you want to work that, you're able to do that as well.
Aaron,
Just yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you be able to go back to the timeline for just a quick second? A few leaders wanted to take a quick look at that. I'm going to answer another quick question and then we can proceed. All right, I think we're good to go.
All right. So one of the reports I just wanted to call out for you at the troop level is under reports. When you click on the reports icon within your dashboard, the very end, there's what's called the summary report. And that's just a nice one-page summary of all the key stats from the fall product program for your troop in terms of sales by the different channels. It's also got troop proceed totals as well as the amount due council. And then it's also got some campaign stats there as well for your troops. So it's just a nice summary of key stats within. The other thing I wanted to mention too is if you want to keep track of payments, again, the only money that's going to be collected at the troop level is money for that nut order card sales. Everything else is collected online. You can actually, it'll show within the software the amount that's supposed to be collected from each Girl Scout. You can actually use this software to keep track of girl payments if you choose to do that, or maybe as a backup to do it digitally. So you have the ability to do that as well. And it'll zero it out as you make collection payments there. In terms of rewards, those are going to be delivered the week of November 18th. And that will be to your service unit. And basically, they'll coordinate pickup of those rewards with you as well. All right, so we've got some FAQs that come out of kind of our M2 customer service team that we just wanted to highlight to you so that when you get these questions, you'll be more informed because these are kind of the top 5 questions. So I'm just going to walk through these really quickly. Number 1 is how do I reset my password? Number 1 question right there. Great part is when you get to the landing site for the software M2OS, that's your council specific link. You will basically see an icon there that says forgot password, and you can reset it. So if you're at the troop level, that family level, Girl Scout family level, you're able to reset that very easily. When can a supporter expect a direct ship nut order placed online? So this is an order that's placed online. The customer pays for shipping. What happens there is once that order is placed, they get a confirmation email of their order. And then it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get those products out the door. And then once that product is shipped, they get another confirmation email with the shipping details, with tracking details. So again, they'll get one up front and then one once the product ships. When will a participant receive their personalized patch? As I mentioned earlier, it takes about 8 to 12 weeks to get those patches out. Once that Girl Scout earns it, they confirm that the design is correct, that the family's address is correct, and then we get that sent off to get produced. Early in the program, it's about 8 weeks from when it's earned. Later in the program, because there's so many Girl Scouts that do earn this, it takes about 12 weeks. What if a participant didn't find their name as they log into the platform? No problem. As I mentioned earlier, it'll just ask for some details to try to connect them to their troop and registration. If it can't, they'll still let them set goals and queue up the emails. And then if they can't make that match with registration, they'll get an email that says it's on hold, and council behind the scenes will work on either matching that registration or reaching out to that Girl Scout family to get them registered. When can I expect my online Grow delivery items? Remember, those are the items that Girl Scout is going to deliver ultimately, so that friend or family pays online during the program. And as I mentioned before, the service unit deliveries of those products are November 4th through the 8th. And so all the order card items, as well as the online Grow delivered items that are paid for online, but customers are expecting delivery, those get to the service units November 4th through the 8th. Soon after that, you'll pick up the products from that service unit, and then you'll get it to each of the Girl Scout families. So I would say by mid-November is when most friends and family will receive those products from those online Grow delivery sales. So again, those are some just FAQs that are received often. In terms of your support, you've got a great team there at Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. Emma's fantastic. However, she's a team of one. And what I know is we've got a team of customer care support there at M2 that is cross-trained to handle any of your tech support questions, any customer questions. So if you have questions, your Girl Scout families have questions, their customers, their supporters have questions, feel free to give this number out, 800-372-8520. Our team's available 6 days a week. They're checking emails on Sunday. And so they're ready and willing to help out. It's their job, and they're really excited about it. They love Girl Scouts. If someone would prefer instead to go online and get support, you can go to support.gsnutsandmags.com. There's lots of FAQs there. If for some reason the answer you're looking for is not there, you can also create a ticket that will put in that request to our customer care team, and they'll reach out digitally to that supporter or to that Girl Scout family, or to you if you put that in there. But definitely know that this team's there, ready and willing to help you out.